Hello everyone, my name is Vanitas, and as you can see, today I am Linus. Yes, a few months ago I posted a video where I spent the entirety of spring living like my guy Linus here. And I don't know if I got a comment like that, but I think someone asked for a full year, or maybe I just thought of it myself. So we're gonna be spending an entire year living like Linus. Now, it's been a while since I did this, so I did have a good path, good clear that I thought up to explore the entire valley every day, but right now I've lost that from my memory, so it's gonna take a bit of getting used to. And what I'm gonna also do is upgrade my inventory, because all I need is just the total earnings. I don't need to know my current funds. Plus, you know, I'm sure Linus has like an infinite inventory. I did get a comment saying that Linus also fishes, but I feel like if I were to do fishing to live like Linus, then I would just spend every day fishing. And I want to do the kind of Linus life where I explore the town, get all the foraging, and explore like trash cans. Because if I were to just fish, I'm sure I'd make tons of money, and fishing is a very good way to make money. So I'd just spend every day fishing, and I don't want to do that, because that wouldn't be really living like Linus. It would be more so living like a fisherman. And that is also another video idea I've had, how much money I could make fishing for an entire year, and I'm sure I could make a lot. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment telling me if you want to see that. Obviously, since the spring Linus video performed well, I'm very much so is that a good word? Obligated to make another part, because if I know that the people enjoy the video, I want to make more videos like that, you know? That's pretty much it for my intro, for my explanation. As you can see from my total earnings, in spring I made like what, 12k, and I'm sure in the rest of the year I can make even more, especially now that I have the upgraded inventory. Well, we've got a lot of work to do. Every single clear every day takes like, I don't know, 7 minutes. At least this one today is gonna take like 7-8 minutes, because, you know, I'm not warmed up to it. But there's a lot of ways to save time. First of all, forage spawns until Saturday and resets on Sunday, so I can just not even go out until Sunday. But there are other stuff like, for example, ocean forage, which respawns every day, as well as trash cans. So if I remember correctly, I used to go out every day through trash cans and the ocean, and then on Saturday go around the entire town and collect all the, you know, like berries and stuff like spice berries, sweet pea, you know. Sure, there's also some forage I could find around the farm, but since I haven't spent any time clearing it, I doubt that I'll be going around it a lot, because it's just gonna be a massive waste of time. So this is gonna be a pretty long and repetitive recording session, but it is what it is, and I'm going to bed. And now it's time for a quick montage. Ooh, this is good, because now I can get double forage. Now it's time for a nice little montage of, ooh, I got some cookies. That's also gonna be a good thing to sell. Okay, for the third time, it's time for a montage, and if there are any updates that I have to give y'all, I'ma do it. So let's get to work. Okay, here I am at the beach, and I wanted to confirm quickly some of my theories. I did some research, and you know that the bridge that you repair with wood, so the coral and sea urchins can spawn every day, but there is no limit to how much there can spawn. Pretty much you don't have to go there every day, and just the regular beach works like every other area. So pretty much what I can do, go out on Saturday, collect everything, and then just repeat that for the next 3 seasons. So here we are on Saturday, it's time for our clear. Now, one slight mistake I did just realize is that by sleeping every day, I don't check the trash cans every day. So, I mean, usually out of the trash cans I get at most like a seed or a pine cone, whatever. So I mean, technically I don't really even get much from it, but it is a part of the challenge to go check the trash cans every day, so my bad on that. It is yet another Saturday, and it's time for a full clear, as you may call it. And as you can see, I definitely put it in. I got a trash catalog, which is kind of insane. I looked it up. It's like a 0.2 chance at a trash can, and yeah, I can just have all these decorations for free. They're not exactly decorations, more like just trash, but you know, it's pretty cool, you know, that I just got that. But I guess it's kind of makes sense since I go around every single day collecting trash. And the lid of the trash can kind of just flew off somewhere. That's a pretty cool thing. I've never seen it before. So far, I'd say this summer has been pretty fruitful. Also, when I was checking out the coral and sea urchin like spawn rates and stuff, I saw that coral on the summer days of 12th to the 14th spawn more. So on the 13th, if you saw, there was a lot of it at the beach. And since the 14th, as well as from this week, for this week, I think I might find a lot again. So we'll see when we head down to the beach. Now the trash cans themselves usually aren't yielding that much. Every single day, go out at 6 a.m. get the trash cans, back in bed by 8 a.m. and usually I end up home with like a maple seed, a pine cone, sometimes I do get like a couple sweet peas from it, which is I guess better, but it's usually nothing much. Okay, well, we do have a few things here. When I get like soggy newspapers, broken CDs, or like glasses, I trash them because they don't even sell for any gold. Okay, very successful Saturday. The chest is already full, which is kind of crazy. Alright, on to another week of trash collecting. Alright, this is the final Saturday of the summer season. And yeah, pretty successful summer, I'd say. Also, I did see that since, you know, the new season starts, completely different forage spawns. So I'll have to do 2 full clears this weekend. So on Saturday and on Sunday. Chances are on the Sunday, aka tomorrow, there's probably not gonna be much forage. Since, you know, on the very first day after the reset, I doubt that a lot of the forage is gonna be spawned, but we'll just see. So let's just do these 2 quick full clears. Well, I just realized that I was accidentally muted during my reveal of how much I made during summer. So as you saw, I made 18 grand and 300. Well, 18,320 something, I think. And before going to sleep, my guess was that I'm gonna get around 15k. So yeah, my guess was a bit off. It's kind of annoying that I forgot to unmute my microphone. So yeah, pretty successful summer, I'd say, in just spring and summer. Living like Linus, I made 30 grand, so oh, pretty good, pretty good. Also, as you saw, we had Demetrius there. I'm not gonna use the cave because Linus doesn't have a cave like that, and I know that he for sure doesn't go to the farm to steal from that cave, so I will not be using it. Now, fall isn't gonna be any different. Every day I'm going out for trash cans, and every Saturday I go around the valley and collect all the forage. So let's just do this all over again for another season. Okay, time for the first Saturday of fall, and just like in spring with salmon berries that grow on the bushes, there's also a 3-day period in fall where blackberries grow on bushes. So from the 8th to the 11th there will be blackberries growing on the bushes around the valley, meaning that I'm gonna have to pretty much full clear the valley on those 3 days. Every day, pretty much every day, they're gonna be respawning, but they should also bring me a decent amount of money. Now, I personally think that during fall I'll make less money than I did on summer, purely because during summer the coral spawn rates were increased for 3 days by like 3 times, and that's like the most expensive thing that I've been selling. I think just by that it will be enough of a difference. But if we look here, we have 5 coral. So I mean, we do still get some, but it's definitely not gonna be as much as it was on like the 13th day and on the 20th. Now I'm pretty sure the forage itself is more expensive as the seasons go by. I'm pretty sure spring forage is like the cheapest and winter the most expensive, if I'm not mistaken. But that also could be a lie because I have not fact checked that. Probably not gonna say much more during the season of fall. I'm just gonna grind and give y'all a quick little montage. So let's get to foraging. Well then, it's the final Saturday of the fall season, and sadly I didn't foresee the fact that the event would be being how the hell do I say it correctly? The event will be in the process of being set up in the town, and I cannot enter the town, so that means I cannot enter the beach. And the beach being, you know, the main source of income during this challenge. It's kind of sad. If I would have foreseen this, I could have just went on Friday to the beach, but I didn't even think about it. Now, throughout this challenge, the trash cans, I mean, have probably made like less than 5% of my income. Most of it is just from foraging, a little bit from the trash cans. Got a couple coffees from the crates, so might as well use it for the full clear tomorrow. Well, the side of the beach is quite depressing. It seems the forage does reset because pretty sure there will be much more coral here. Well, it is what it is. What is this? +1 defense. I wonder if this sells for any money. Okay, well, this is it for the fall season. As you can see, there are a lot of items, but I feel like just the quantity of the items isn't as much. Yes, there's a lot of blackberries, but they don't make that much money, to be fair. I still think it might be more than spring, but less than summer, so I'm going with my previous guess, or the guess that I had for summer, being around 15k. Now I may be surprised, and I may make even more than summer, but I just feel like the season of fall had less. So let's just see how much I made in the whole season of fall living like Linus. Okay, well, my guess was very close. I made 14.6k, aka 14,606 gold, so very close to 15k, more than spring, less than summer. It's exactly as I expected. I mean, the most expensive items like coral were not that present. It seems hazelnuts were pretty expensive, so they did make quite a lot of money themselves. Blackberries did make 4k gold, so I may have underestimated them a bit. The book sold for 500. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's fall. And now only one season remains of winter. I don't know how the foraging will be through the winter, but I'll just do pretty much the same. Go around the trash cans. Saturdays do full clears and we'll see how it goes. So let's just get back to grinding. Well, since the bookseller is in town and I had all of this money, I went ahead and bought this book, Way of the Wind, so I can run a little bit faster and make my time a bit easier running around getting these trash cans every day. Okay, it's the first Saturday and it's time for the first clear of the winter season. So let's start out with the bus stop because I'm not gonna lie, I have forgotten this area a lot of times, like an insane amount of times. Like since I started recording, since the start of summer, I think I've remembered it like once or twice. Because every time I do a full clear, I go up, around, through the town, and down through the forest, and then I end up forgetting to check in on the bus stop. So, sure, I've missed out on a couple grand from that. So, you know, I had to tell you guys, because if you're gonna do this type of challenge, make sure you don't forget. Now, in my opinion, winter is gonna be the most expensive season because I know that the forage in winter is quite expensive, and the amount of these worms that drop ginger root and snow yams is pretty insane. They're quite common, as you can see, they're just everywhere. And I know that the crystal fruits are expensive, if I'm not mistaken. At least they should be, in my opinion. I actually don't know their actual price, but I think they are. This beach was also pretty fruitful, it seems. We had 6 sea urchins and 7 coral. 6, 7. So I'd say that's quite a lot. We got some trash. Now I've been thinking, since it is winter and the final season of this challenge on the 25th during winter, it's Christmas in Stardew Valley, so I thought that I should attend that event and give a gift to someone, and I'm torn between giving something cool and giving a piece of trash. I feel like it would be more fitting to the challenge to give some trash. Now, I'm not saying that Linus is someone that would give trash as a gift, but I'm saying that I want to give trash as a gift, so I might just do that. Okay, so as you can see, it was a very successful Saturday, and these I got from the crates washed up, and I don't remember exactly what I said about them in spring, whether or not I can sell the contents, but at this point, if I just get them, I'll sell them because I don't even go around checking for them every day. When I do the full clear, I do go around, so it's like I might as well just grab them and sell them, you know? Okay, it is time for the third full clear of the winter. The second one was quite fruitful as well, and now it's time for the third one. The trash cans, you know, they don't yield much. I get like a piece of food or something once in a while, but most of the days it doesn't give anything. And I just opened up the letter that reveals my secret friend that I gotta give a gift to on the Christmas Eve, and it is Marnie, so it seems Marnie's Christmas is gonna be ruined by me with some trash, which is pretty funny since, you know, Mayor Lewis sent the letter and his beloved Marnie gonna get a pile of trash because he chose me to give her a gift. After this Saturday, there will be only 2 full clears left, one on the next Saturday and on the 28th, since it's the last day after the reset where I can get stuff. So let's finish this one up and then I'll see y'all on Christmas Eve. Well, as you saw, I just got a second trash catalog, which is kind of insane. It's a very rare item, and the fact that I got it twice, quite crazy. I think there's something rarer from the trash cans. If I'm not mistaken, you can get like a trash can hat or like a, I'm not sure, but I think there's something else you can get that's like more rare than the trash catalog. But the fact that I got a second one is pretty crazy. Okay, today is the 25th, and yeah, it starts at 9 a.m. so since it's 6 a.m. I can't enter just yet. But I've got the perfect gift prepared, and it is trash. I guess while I've got these free, well, not even free, like 2 minutes, might as well run a circle around my farm. It is very overgrown. Just look at the amount of trees. Down here especially, you can't even pass through here. Also, there's a stone owl here and a stone owl here. So there are 2 stone owls on the farm in the first year, which I'd say is quite rare. What I love about the beach farm, the only thing honestly, is these trees that grow around in the water. They're very pretty, especially in spring when they're pink. What I don't love about the beach farm is that you can't place sprinklers on sand. I remember when I started my playthrough, when I came back to Stardew Valley and started grinding, I was like, you know what, I'll try out the beach farm for fun. And then I was grinding, putting in the hours, and I finally got the sprinklers before strawberry season and realized that you can't place them on sand, and I was devastated. Thankfully there's a plot of regular dirt that you can place them on, but it was still very sad and I was limited with my farming space. But I did end up getting perfection on that farm, so I'd say I'm pretty proud of myself. Well, here we are at the Feast of the Winter Star, and it's time to give my gift to Marnie. Oh, so it's you? Ah, a trash. Thanks. That's a pretty underwhelming reaction. And Maru is my secret gift friend, gift giver. She got me a nautilus shell. How cute. It's not much, but I hope you like it. Thanks a lot. Well then, that's enough of festivities. Sadly, this event skips the entire day and I can't even get trash. Okay, well, I've got these 2 full clears left and that's gonna be it. So let's speed through this all and see how much I was able to make in this entire winter. Well then, I have completed the final full clear, and as you can see, the stock is pretty crazy. We have a lot of items, and I'd say my assumption for how much I'm gonna make is around 20k. If I'm not mistaken, summer I made 18k, but I think that winter is definitely gonna beat summer, and I feel like 20k is a safe number to bet on. So let's see just how much money I made living like Linus during winter. Okay, let's see. And it seems my assumption was correct. This was indeed the most expensive season, the most profitable, and I made almost 23k. I made 22,847 gold. So in total, after a full year of living like Linus, going through town, looking through trash, farming up forage, and just picking up whatever scraps I could find, I made a total of 68,565 gold. So in a year, Linus makes about 70k gold, so I see that's not bad, you know. See, me personally, just in spring, living normally, I make like 100k. At least I think that's what I made when I did the spring video for my full year playthrough, which if you watched the spring video, I can say that it's probably not gonna make it to the full year, because I did record the first week of summer, but then I stopped, and unless I get some comments saying that they do want a part 2 of summer and so on, I doubt that I'm gonna continue it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed seeing what it's like to live like Linus for a whole year in Stardew Valley, then please leave a like, leave a comment of what you thought of the video. If you got any suggestions what I could do, any challenges or anything, then please do leave them in the comments. For my next Stardew Valley themed video, I am thinking of living like a fisherman, or aka just fishing every day for an entire year, which is quite a lot to ask for, because this Linus challenge, if we go back to the title, as you can see, it has taken me 5.5 hours of playtime. That is with just not the, you don't spend that much time every day, you know. If you're fishing every day, you will be spending a lot of time, because the entire day from 6 a.m. to, let's say I do it until 12 p.m. that is 18 in-game hours. Since each in-game hour is about 42 seconds, that is around 12.5 minutes by my calculations. And since while you're catching a fish, time doesn't pass, that makes a whole day of fishing upwards of double that, or at least like 20 minutes per day. Stardew Valley here, that is about 37 hours of gameplay. So I'll see about that. Maybe I'll start off just like with Linus, with just spring, and see how that does, see if people want to watch that, if people enjoy it, before I invest so much time into a video that people won't even like. Let me know what you think of that idea. Got anything else, please do comment. If you want to see more, please subscribe. I got other Stardew Valley videos you can check out. Well, pretty much just 2 other, I think, videos, but no, 3 other videos if you didn't watch the first part of the Linus challenge. But I'd assume that you did, and yeah, I think I've yapped enough. It was fun to do this. It was fun to finally record again after putting it off so much and procrastinating. That is gonna be all for this one. My name is Vanitas, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.